We all have our mountains, the challenges that push us further. At Coors Light, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. That's why all of our breweries cold lager, to give Coors Light its signature crisp taste. It's why we cold filter to ensure brilliance and clarity. And it's why we package cold to seal in Coors Light's refreshing flavor. Because we believe every client deserves a refreshing finish. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
At Denver Zoo, we love animals. We love their honesty, their candidness, and the way they're able to just shake things off. We love that while learning about them, we discover new things about ourselves, too. We're not interested in taming them or trying to make them more like us. We just want to celebrate them for the amazing creatures they already are. Which is why it's not an alarm that gets us up in the morning. It's a calling. Wildlife is calling you. Visit Denver Zoo today.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Eric Roshkolb, and I am the principal of Niwot High School, and it is my honor to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2018. I want to thank the band under the direction of Wade Hendricks. Please stand for the national anthem. Singing today will be our choir seniors, Aria Carlston, Brian Gonzalez, Olivia Herring, Haley Herman, Marvin Navas Canales, Chloe Southern, Michelle Tran, Justin Tripp, Ezra Weingartner, Linnea Volnievich, Tani Jiang, and Orion Zona. Please come up now.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Members of the class of 2018 and guests, please be seated. Thank you again to the band. You are dismissed. I want to start off by recognizing the distinguished guests on our stage. So as I read their name, I would ask them to stand to be recognized. Mrs. Elizabeth Talon, the Niwot High School IB coordinator. Mrs. Karen Ragland, member of the St. Vrain Valley School District Board of Education and Niwot mom. Mark Mills, Area Assistant Superintendent. And our faculty speaker later on this morning, English teacher, Mr. David Ross. I would like to thank the many people that made this morning a possibility. I want to thank the assistant principals, custodians, secretaries, teachers, tech crew, boosters, and Education Foundation for all of your contributions throughout the school year and this morning. Before I transition into my portion of the speech, I would like to ask all students who will be entering the military to please stand. I would like all veterans to please stand, and all active service military stand so we can recognize your service to our country. Class of 2018, you hold a special place in my heart. It was 4 short years ago, in the August of 2014, that you and I both began our journeys through the hallways of Niwot High School. You were the freshman and I was the rookie at Niwot High School. It's been amazing to see you grow and mature from that time until now, and we have been through a lot together. Through 4 years, we have seen you on stage in Shrek the Musical, The Sound of Music, Into the Woods, and The Drowsy Chaperone. We have seen you be a part of state championship teams in tennis, track and field, and gymnastics. And your senior year, it has been epic. A quick recap, we started the school year with the solar eclipse right here on this field. Our boys and girls cross-country teams both won districts. Our entire school district had 11 National Merit semifinalists, and Niwot High School was responsible for 7 of those. So a particular shout out to Eddie Hugh, Taha Krarty, Avi Moskoff, Eileen Ma, Alaris Law, Jenny Chung, and Genevieve Fry. Jayla Johnson pitched a no-hitter. Dhruv Patel and Mackenzie Fidelik were elected both homecoming and prom king and queen. Ming Ming Sun and Nathan Hemingway earned their Eagle Scout. Gymnastics and girls track both finished second at state. Mackenzie Fidelik was named the 4A and also the Boco Preps Volleyball Player of the Year. Stephanie Reitzig won a national essay scholarship competition that earned our school a visit by former U.S. Congressman David Skaggs. Olivia Herring and Haley Herman were selected to All-State Choir. Alyssa Johnson, Linnea Volnievich, and Rachel Clark were selected to All-State Orchestra. Out of 3,600 applicants nationwide, Michelle Tran was selected as a 2018 winner for the NCWIT Award for Aspirations in Computing. Max Talon and Sophie Grant were honored with the SVVSD Sportsmanship Awards. Anna McCarthy scored 5 goals in 1 soccer game. Eileen Ma and Michelle Tran were key members of the Girls Go cybersecurity team that won the state competition. Mary Stisher was selected to represent Colorado by winning the Billy Michael Student Leadership Award from the National World War II Museum. Johanna Silva Villagomez won a 2018 Hispanic Education Foundation Scholarship. Riley Herbst was selected in the 6th round of the USHL Hockey Draft. The girls' tennis team won regionals at every spot and won the state championship by dethroning the 10-time defending state champions, and seniors Julia Pence and Aaron O'Neill won individual state titles. The Upper Creek robotics team took 3rd at the World Championships. Rachel Clark won the John Philip Sousa Award for Excellence in Musicianship. Kinsey Clark won the Best Attorney at State Mock Trial and was recognized as the Niwot Rotary's Student of the Year. Quinn Keene and Julia Pence brought the house down with their humor at senior night. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we beat Silver Creek in everything. In many ways, this year's senior class is special, in many, many ways. And one fact that illustrates that is the colleges and universities around the world into which this class has been accepted. These schools include Front Range Community College, Brown, CU, Columbia, Colorado State, Cornell, Colorado School of Mines, Dartmouth, Northern Colorado, Penn, DU, Yale, Oxford, MIT, Stanford, Berkeley, Caltech, Georgia Tech, NYU, and the University of San Diego. And that's just a portion. So that's so impressive. In addition, we had some really big things go on this year at Niwot High School, including a visit from a team from Apple, a visit from U.S. Senator Michael Bennet, the installation of solar panels on top of the roof that will take care of approximately 60% of our energy needs. 2 electric vehicle charging stations were installed. There was a donation of a 3D printer, and the beginning of 2 new traditions with the graduation breakfast and the graduation walks at Burlington Elementary, Indian Peaks Elementary, Niwot Elementary, and Sunset Middle School. I am a bit sad that you all will not be around to see the changes that are coming to the physical aspects of the interior of our building, but I can only hope that your desire to see the building updates will provide you with just one more reason to return to your alma mater. And let's not forget the engine in this Ferrari of a school, and that would be our staff. In your 4 years here, you've been surrounded by committed, passionate, talented, caring, and encouraging adults that have helped you achieve your goals. During your tenure here, you've seen Mr. Benson recognized as the Colorado Economics Teacher of the Year, Mr. Christensen recognized as the Colorado Cross Country Coach of the Year, Mrs. Smith recognized as the Colorado Assistant Principal of the Year, Lamar West recognized with the Superintendent's Award for Excellence in Education, Mr. Ross, Mrs. Madukatori, and Mrs. Tucker recognized as the Niwot High School Educators of the Year. And lastly, who can ever forget learning at this year's lip sync battle, the best kept secret at NHS? Mrs. Pomrinka and Mr. Fox are amazing dancers. To conclude, I want to leave you with a very simple piece of advice. There's a very famous book that says, "Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart." Let me say that again. Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck and write them on the tablet of your heart. If you are kind and you are truthful, life will treat you very well in return. Thank you for a wonderful 4 years at Niwot High School, and I will always want you to remember, at Niwot High School, you matter. And now as Cougar alumni, you will always matter to us. God bless you and best wishes. I would like to now introduce our IB coordinator, Ms. Talon, for a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here with us. As we all look at the graduating class of 2018, I'm truly honored to offer my most sincere congratulations this morning. Students, your level of curiosity, intelligence, and compassion have exceeded our expectations. Throughout the year, we recognize excellence in many forms at Niwot High School. In assemblies, we have recognized excellence in athletics. At concerts, we have recognized excellence in the arts. In the newspaper, at special gatherings, and via social media outlets, we have recognized excellence in the community. Today, we wish to recognize outstanding academic achievements in our school. One so fortunate to offer the most rigorous academic programming, and one with some of the finest high school graduates. As you look at this graduating class, you will notice that many of these students are wearing a variety of stoles and cords over their gowns. Please note the listing in your program denoting these various cords and stoles. The International Baccalaureate Diploma candidates are those students wearing white stoles. Those are the students who have successfully completed at least 6 rigorous IB courses, each culminating in a comprehensive IB examination. In addition, Those students have fulfilled all three IB core components, including completion of CAS, writing of an extended essay in a selected field of study, and engaging in the Theory of Knowledge course. The Advanced Placement Scholars with distinction are those students wearing black stoles and are students who have served the student body and school community while completing all of the Student Council leadership and class components this year. The National Honor Society members are those students wearing gold cords, which signify GPA of 3.75 or higher. The Future Farmers of America student members at the Career Development Center are those students wearing gold sashes. These students demonstrated leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education. Another group of seniors we will recognize today are those students who are graduating with honors. These students are the top 5% of both the IB traditional cohorts who maintain the GPA above 4.0 while carrying a very rigorous class schedule, including many weighted courses. They have completed a minimum of 4 academic subjects in each of the 8 semesters of high school and have successfully completed 3 or more years in both math and science. Seniors, as your name is announced, I invite you to stand to be recognized. Audience, I kindly ask that you hold your applause until all of the names have been called. Divya Bhatt, Jenny Chung, Mackenzie Clark, Cameron Elahi, Michaela Fauber, Mary Gillette, Nicholas Grant, Eddie Hugh, Casey Kellerman, Taha Karati, Natalie Lynn, Yifan Yu, Eileen Ma, Johanna McDonald, Andres Montalegre, Blake Nordstrom Wiener, Zachary Olkin, Catherine Pearson, Julia Pence, Akash Saravan, Ryan Schmidt, Taryn Soden, Taylor Thilson, Joanna Turner, and Henley Yee. Students, you may be seated. Thank you. An additional group of seniors to be formally recognized this morning are students graduating with a perfect transcript with all A's for the past 4 years in every course they have taken, weighted or unweighted. Again, students, as your name is announced, I invite you to stand to be recognized. Audience, I kindly ask that you hold your applause until all the names have been called. Samuel Biddery, Divya Bhatt, Jenny Chung, Mackenzie Clark, Cameron Elahi, Michaela Faber, Genevieve Fry, Nicholas Grant, Casey Kellerman, Taha Krarti, Kenneth Lang, Peter LeCavalier, Yifan Yu, Eileen Ma, Catherine Pearson, Julia Pence, Stephanie Reitzik, Taryn Soden, Michelle Tren, Linnea Volnievich. Students, you may be seated. Thank you. A final group of seniors that we would like to recognize are those students who have earned a cumulative GPA of 4.0 or higher. Please note in your program that these students are those whose names are italicized, and there are simply too many to read off today. Congratulations to all of our amazing graduates for their remarkable accomplishments at Niwot High School. As I conclude, please allow me to leave you with this thought. As an IB World School, we aim to develop inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring people who help to create a better and more peaceful world through intercultural understanding and respect. With that in mind, we hope that each and every one of you will continue to strive to do to others as you would have them do to you, which inadvertently will contribute to a better and more peaceful world. Thank you.
I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the Salutatorian of the class of 2018, Julia Pence. Julia, please join me on stage. Julia Pence is that hard-to-find student exhibiting exceptional academics, outstanding athletics, school and community leadership while maintaining kindness and humility. Julia has demonstrated her strong academic abilities in Niwot High School's AP program in her 9 AP courses. Teachers love her optimism and willingness to ask questions and lead discussions. She has been a valuable member of the Student Council for the past 2 years. In addition, Julia balances her coursework with an extensive extracurricular calendar. She is a fantastic tennis player and teammate, maintaining a positive attitude in the face of both adversity and triumph. Everything she does with kindness. She will be attending Southern Methodist University in Texas next fall. Congratulations, Julia. I would now like to take this opportunity to recognize the IB Salutatorian of the class of 2018, Jenny Chung. Jenny, please join me on stage. Jenny's warm smile, cheery disposition, and eagerness to teach mathematics are the strengths that help her do the impossible. Make exceptional amounts of collegiate-level math and computer science seem like child's play. During her high school career, in addition to earning her IB diploma, Jenny has taken a stunning 10 courses in the STEM field at Front Range Community College and CU Boulder. Aside from her love of math, Jenny has emerged as a community leader as president of our Asian American Culture Club, among the 6 academic clubs she is involved with here at Niwot. Jenny's passions and intellectual creativity are leading her to study math and computer science at Caltech in the fall. Jenny, we wish you the best in your future endeavors. Okay. Here we go. We're going to put this on you.
You try.
Okay, we are going to now start the student speech portion of our program. So I would first like to introduce Senior Class President Oscar Wells. Oscar, come on up. Oscar is charismatic, focused, and poised. He is a student who has made a significant impact on both his school and community. As a thoughtful and engaged learner and a responsible citizen, Oscar's outgoing personality has inspired others around him. Not only has Oscar achieved academic success and made a long-term commitment to Niwot High School's student leadership team, his contributions also include his membership in the Ski Club and Spirit Club. He enthusiastically supports all of the athletics and activities at Niwot, and as a 3-sport athlete, Oscar has contributed his time and talent to the varsity soccer, cross-country, and track teams. He is a talented and accomplished runner and values the influence of his coach on his ability to bring out the best in him, which in turn allows him to inspire his other teammates. Oscar will continue his leadership and engagement this fall at the Leeds School of Business at CU Boulder. Oscar, congratulations. We're going to give you this too. Oh, wait, sorry, that was for the valedictorians. You're all up.
I was told if I pictured you all in your underwear that it might help, but honestly, it's just making me kind of uncomfortable. Before I begin, I would like to give thanks to those who have helped me with all my high school accomplishments. Thank you to the teachers who have taught me and supported me through my academic career. Thank you to my coaches who have taught me the importance of commitment and giving my full effort. And thank you to my parents who have supported me ever since day one. And lastly, thank you to the students of Niwot who made my high school experience unforgettable. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome everyone to the graduation of the class of 2018. If there's one thing that Niwot has taught me, it was how important it is to get involved. Involvement is everything at Niwot, and it would be hard to imagine what my experience would have been without it. Whether it be on the soccer field, the track, or in the classroom, I always had peers that supported and encouraged me to be the best that I could be. With that being said, the class of 2018 is without a doubt one of the greatest classes in the history of Niwot High School. It is a class that consists of creative students, multiple Division I and state champion athletes, excellent artists and musicians, and an amazing student body president, if I do say so myself. It feels as if it were just months ago when we took our first steps into the commons of Niwot High School. As freshmen, we were the bottom of the food chain, and older students always seemed to look down upon us. I remember watching the juniors and the seniors in their cliques, thinking they were all grown adults, and here I was carrying my baby blue lunchbox with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that my mom had made. And yet 4 years later, as an adult, my mom still makes and packs me a lunch with peanut butter and jelly. For most of us, it was the most intimidating years of our lives. However, with time, we grew accustomed to the life of high schoolers, gradually sleeping less and less each night, stressing more and more about the homework and other commitments we had planned. We all thought that freshman year was difficult, but we had no idea about the hardships ahead. Sophomore year was a blessing to many of us because we were no longer the fresh crop to be picked on. No more getting pushed to the back during sporting events, and no more freshman jokes. But the greatest thing about sophomore year was people getting their license. All of a sudden, whoever had their license became the most popular kid in the grade. Despite the rule that sophomores were not allowed to go off campus during lunch hours, anyone with their license hauled as many people as they could to the market for lunch. And just as freshman year had passed in a blur, so did sophomore year, and eventually it came time to pick between traditional AP or IB courses. Junior year, and we were finally upperclassmen. At this point in high school, we were no longer the same intimidated freshmen. However, this was the year that academics truly became difficult. And the complaining didn't stop until the last day of school. We quickly learned that the first semester of senior year wasn't going to be a breeze. We spent hours working on college applications, fulfilling other commitments, and maintaining a GPA that would qualify us for our university of choice. And after years of studying and countless hours spent on homework, here we are on graduation day with hundreds of memories to carry with us. This is the end of a previous life. However, it is also the beginning of a new. The next step is entirely up to us. Some of us will continue on to prestigious universities to continue our education, where others might serve honorably in our military. And there are those of us who might transition directly into a job or take another year to make their decision. Whatever the path may be, I can say with full confidence that every single student here today will be successful in whatever they choose to do. Congratulations, class of 2018. We made it.
Nice speech, Oscar. You did a good job. Well done. I would like to now welcome to the stage our IB valedictorian, Cameron Elahi. As an academic leader in our IB program, Cameron's confident yet humble demeanor is only bested by his wry sense of humor. As a top-tier mathematics student, Cameron has been taking collegiate courses since the first semester of the 9th grade. The steadfast academic determination that has carried Cameron to this place has been balanced by his accomplishments as a runner. As a key member of our varsity cross-country and track teams, Cameron has found a counterbalance to his intellectual pursuits and an avenue for his community strengths. With his eyes set on studies in neuroscience and economics, Cameron will be headed to Philadelphia to attend the University of Pennsylvania. Congratulations, Cameron. I'm going to give this to you. Yeah, if you'd like. We don't want to repeat of Jenny Chung, right? Good luck.
Sorry, guys. Before I begin, I would like to thank the family and friends of the class of 2018 for supporting and celebrating us while realizing our potential even when we doubted ourselves. I would like to thank the incredible teachers, faculty, coaches, and counselors that supported us through advocacy and mentorship to realize the aspirations we chose for ourselves rather than defining a path for us. And of course, I would like to thank the graduates that have made the past 4 years truly incredible and will, in a couple of hours, make me excited to call myself a Niwot alum. We are often told that high school is a chance to become involved and try new things, so that we can look back here at our time at Niwot and feel satisfied, feel fulfilled. As I look back at high school, which at once seemed so brief and yet so long, I know our experiences will be remembered fondly. In fact, I am truly amazed at what the student body has accomplished. The success of our class is a strong indication of the potential we have to change the world. Some may say that this potential defines Niwot. Others may believe it's the various personalities, ambitions, and backgrounds that compose our class. Still others may believe we are defined by our consistent involvement with and dedication to service through large-scale and small-scale projects. Well, these are all great things that make me proud to graduate with this class. The thing that stands out to me about Niwot is an unparalleled sense of community. Students' passion for their school and loyalty to each other helped us realize who we are and what we value. And this realization was a complicated and long process. When we began high school, few of us had a clue about what the next 4 years would bring. The upperclassmen seemed to have things figured out, and so many of us looked to them for guidance. As shy freshmen, we made efforts to be seen and heard as little as possible. As sophomores, we became comfortable with our new environment. Finally, as juniors, we made significant impacts, essentially defining the community of Niwot. Senior year was a great chance to look back at all we accomplished, and I would like to point out that as we matured, these accomplishments became possible without the upperclassmen we idolized not too long ago. But they were not achieved alone. Throughout these past 4 years, as we encountered new challenges, responsibilities, and opportunities, we took them on together. Whether following crowd leaders at football games, participating in Twitter wars, or conquering dreaded exams, it is this loyalty to each other that will bound us as we go on to different places, and that will make those places lucky to have us as we show the same dedication to them. In fact, the accomplishments I am most proud of, in and outside of the classroom, such as finishing the EE, setting a new best time in track and field, are so valuable to me because of the support and encouragement from my peers and mentors. Because this sense of community has defined us so well, it is imperative that we remember our experiences at Niwot as we move on in life. For whatever endeavors we choose to pursue, we will all be facing new challenges in the years to come. Just remember, what can be harder than taking 8 finals in 3 days? The efforts to get everything we can from an experience through the skills we acquired over the past 4 years will define our success to come. For the entirety of our futures are ahead of us. And just as quickly as the last 4 years pass, so too will opportunities that we do not take advantage of. We have been given a chance, through our experiences here, to behave proactively and create a change in the world and make the world that we aspire to live in. The path will not be easy, but the rewards will be satisfying and worthwhile. And so I encourage you to look at this graduation not as the end of an era, but as an opportunity to do great things to share about at our next encounter. For as Charles Dickens said, the pain of parting is nothing to the joy of meeting again. Thank you for the opportunity to represent the class of 2018, and I look forward to seeing the mark that we leave on the world.
Nice job, Cameron. Thank you. I would like to next introduce Daisy Yee, who is our traditional valedictorian. Daisy, please come on up. Daisy is a student who is academically adept and has a passion and talent for dance that is threaded through every part of her life. Rarely without a huge smile on her face, Daisy's warm personality and positivity influence everyone with whom she comes in contact. Over the course of her junior and senior years, Daisy took 9 AP courses and participated in the National Honor Society. Daisy describes herself as a risk taker, inquirer, and balanced. She makes a concerted effort to have fun in the midst of an extremely busy schedule, and her strong character, unwavering determination, and tremendous self-discipline will serve her well as she heads off to Indiana University at Bloomington. Congratulations, Daisy. Is your hat pinned on? All right, we'll try to do this the best we can.
All right, good morning, friends, family, class of 2018, and once again, congratulations on graduating high school. As cliche as it sounds, I am genuinely so proud of each and every one of you for what you have accomplished over the past 4 years, and I am proud to call myself a part of this class. To be completely honest, I was intimidated by the idea of giving this speech because, well, I mean, look around you. In front of me, I see so many amazing individuals who will go on to accomplish incredible things. And I am excited to be able to say that I went to high school with all of you. If there's one thing you know about me, it's probably that I do ballet. Now, a majority of people either never even thought about ballet classes or was put in them at a young age and quit by the time they were 6. Clearly, I was one of the few who stuck around since it's going to be one of my majors next year. Spending this much time dancing, I have learned that there are a lot of similarities with my dance education and my traditional education. When I first started ballet classes at 2 years old, we did very little actual ballet. It was mostly freeze dance and leaping over beanbags. At a very slow rate, we eventually built up French terminology and basic knowledge of ballet steps. All this really was doing was developing a solid foundation of ballet technique for our later training. Similarly, in elementary school, we had lots of activities and games to engage us in learning at first. Eventually, we learned key knowledge that was necessary for the rest of our academic careers. Important things like the times tables and the difference between the noun and a verb. And we also learned things like how to share, how to write your name on your papers, and how to make friends. It's hard to believe at this age the hardest thing in our lives was learning about fractions. This slow growth, however, I think was essential to a smoother transition into young adulthood. At 9 years old in dance, I received my first pair of pre-point shoes. For those of you who don't know, pre-point shoes are shoes that a dancer wears before they receive their first pair of point shoes. So they look like the real thing, but you can't actually go on your toes, so they aren't really functional. They're awkward and unflattering. They make your feet feel too big for your body. All the gracefulness you thought you had developed over the past few years, gone in an instant. And that's kind of what middle school felt like. At this age, you begin to grow up. Not only do your academics get significantly harder, but you also have to learn how to deal with peer pressure and puberty. After all, this is the era of excessive body spray, cliques, and bad fashion decisions. Everyone cringes now thinking back to middle school, but as painful as it was, this transition is the reason you are who you are today. When I was 10, I finally got my first pair of point shoes. That pair and a few afterwards were a bit of a disaster though. They were still unflattering and, believe it or not, even more awkward, not to mention kind of painful. And I like to think transitioning into point shoes was like my transition into high school. Freshman year was awkward, terrifying, even painful at times. Walking into Niwot for the first time was something I looked forward to, but was also anxious for because I was petrified that I would get lost or trash canned by a senior. While you're trying to juggle this newfound independence with academic rigor, you also have to learn how to fit in and find yourself. But all of this going on is okay because at this point you're too excited to overthink things because there are so many great things ahead of you. Since my first pair of pointe shoes 7 years ago, I've learned a lot about myself as a dancer. I learned what I love about ballet class and what I hate. I learned how to avoid getting yelled at by ballet teachers, even what temperature studio I'd like to dance in the best. Similarly, by senior year, Niwot became a place of comfort and familiarity. And not only did we learn a lot of information you probably won't retain in 10 years, we also learned about ourselves as students, like how to take procrastination to the limit, how to run on unhealthy amounts of sleep, and how little effort you could put into homework with still getting by. It's kind of amazing how much we grew both physically and emotionally in these 4 years. We went from painfully awkward and socially incompetent to confident and unique individuals with a lot of ambition and a whole future ahead of us. So in less than a decade and a half in dance, I went from not being coordinated enough to skip to ballet becoming such a part of me that I walk with my feet turned out. And in school, I went from crying when my mom left by my side to being ready to move over 1,000 miles away. At this point, I'm sure you're wondering why I decided to tell you this really long story of my ballet journey. Here's the thing. Ballet is so unique because it is constantly evolving. You want to be perfect, but that's not possible because perfection is unattainable. But that can be frustrating, but you also know you're going to wake up tomorrow a little bit better than you were today. And that's how I started to view school as well. High school graduation to me isn't the end of one era and the beginning of another. Sure, we're here to celebrate the graduation of all of you, but that doesn't mean you're just done. We should take this moment to pause and reflect on our growth and accomplishments, but we shouldn't just think, okay, well, now that I have a diploma, what should I do next? We should keep making progress daily to become better people and achieve what you want, because passion and work ethic can get you pretty far in life. I encourage you all to just continue doing what you have been, because it's gotten you to this point in your life so far, so imagine how much more you can go in the future. On that note, congratulations, class of 2018, for everything you have put in the past 13 years, and I can't wait to see where you all will be 13 years from now. Thank you.
Great job, Daisy. Thank you. All right, for our last speech of the day, I'd like everyone to help me welcome our English teacher, Mr. David Ross.
Class of 2018 and all of Cougar Nation, happy graduation day. When I was thinking about what a wonderful opportunity it is to speak at today's ceremony, I couldn't help but think about what a talented and accomplished graduating class this is. As been well publicized, the college and career paths that many of our current graduates will be embarking upon is long and impressive. Since so many of our Cougar graduates will be leaving home soon for the first time, I thought it'd be prudent to garner some perspective from the class of 2018 by asking students the following question. What are you going to miss the most when you leave your parents' home and venture out into the world to establish yourself as a successful adult? As you can imagine, many of the answers were sweet, kind, nostalgic, and would surely fill up even the iciest of hearts. Many students responded with sentiments similar to these. I'm going to miss seeing my family every day. I'm going to miss movie nights with my siblings. I'm going to miss living close to my mom, who's always willing to give me a hug when I've had a bad day. I'm going to miss taking my dog for walks in the neighborhood where I grew up. Graduates, a sentimental bunch you are indeed. But in truth, not all of your answers evoke the warm, tender fuzzies. It soon became apparent that you also are quite a practical bunch. One student responded, "What I'm going to miss the most is being able to convince my parents to keep giving me money and paying for everything. I'm telling you, college is expensive, Mr. Ross, but so is my cell phone bill." Another student offered this enlightening commentary. "What I'll probably miss the most is just sitting on the couch with my dad, grumbling about how the Broncos need to quit throwing so many stinking interceptions. I mean, seriously." Wise words indeed. Lastly, and I quote, "If I'm being truthful, what I'm going to miss most is the fact that I didn't get a chance to move out of my parents' house earlier. No lie. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my mom and everything, but if I have to eat her corn souffle casserole surprise one more time, I'm telling you, I'm going to lose it." Honest, genuine, and wise you are, class of 2018. Beyond all else, however, one of the central comments that kept reappearing when I spoke to our graduating seniors, and especially to those who will soon be leaving Colorado to pursue exciting new endeavors, is the fact that so many individuals avow that besides the people they care about, what they're going to miss the most about being away from home is the beauty and serenity of looking to the west and gazing at our majestic mountains. Thinking of how fortunate we are to live in a place of extreme natural beauty, my mind soon meandered to considering what are arguably the most picturesque peaks Colorado possesses, the Maroon Bells. Undoubtedly, the Maroon Bells are iconic in Colorado to both novices and experienced mountaineers alike. From anyone who has ever looked at the image on a King Soopers card to anyone who's ever bought a Colorado-themed calendar, you can likely picture two triangular, striated peaks gorgeously accented by the shining water of Maroon Lake, with aspen trees expertly framing the scene. The backdrop is one of intense beauty, and it is justifiably one of Colorado's natural treasures. If, however, one is so moved by its beauty to decide to climb Maroon Peak, it quickly becomes apparent that this undertaking is not for the faint of heart. There's one section of the climb which is particularly grueling, because anyone who wants to reach the top of this peak must gain a touch under 3,000 vertical feet of elevation in just under 1 mile. With seemingly equal parts appreciation and derision, this particular segment of the mountain has become known as the 2,800 vertical feet of suck. The point is this: the ascent is steep, there's loose rock and dirt everywhere, there is no trail, and climbing this section of the mountain is hard. To put it bluntly, if you want to climb the prettiest peak in Colorado, you're going to have to endure and possibly even suffer to accomplish and achieve your goal. Class of 2018, let me tell you that in many ways life is much the same. We all have mountains to climb and goals which we desperately yearn to capture. Of course, not everyone's ambition is to summit a gorgeous mountain peak, but we're all driven by purpose and our own burning desires. So whatever your own personal goal may be, if you place value on achieving it, embrace the challenge that attacking your goal is, because even though your mountain may at times seem formidable, there is unspeakable joy to be found along the journey to its pinnacle. In our current culture, at times we're bombarded with the flawed idea that we should all look to gain something for doing next to nothing. Take this diet pill and the pounds will simply melt away with you exerting minimal effort. Buy this lottery ticket and become a millionaire, and then instantly you'll be happy and all of your problems will magically be swept away. Here, take this shortcut. Cut this corner. Try this hack. Things don't go your way, look for someone or someone else to shift the blame upon. Consider this question. Every single day, how many people in our culture complain and gripe more frequently than they offer thanks and gratitude for the blessings in their lives? The truth, dear graduates, is that in life there are going to be times where we're standing at the base of our own personal 2,800 vertical feet of suck. And we're all going to be intimidated by facing the challenges that may seem too daunting to embark upon. Class of 2018, you are a special group of young men and women. And what I think you will find rings true is that the accomplishments you are and will be genuinely proud of in your lives are the ones you have to struggle with, grind through, and toil toward. Thus, more than anything, the message I want to communicate to you is this: choose to do hard things and find the joy that exists in doing them well, because living with a sense of gratitude will undoubtedly pave the way for you to enjoy much happiness. In my own life, working at Niwot High School is a supreme blessing, and one of the true pleasures in my profession is having the thrill of interacting with so many talented and motivated students who are climbing their own mountains, who are doing hard things, and for who I am incredibly grateful. To Peter Lee, I'm incredibly grateful that time and again your actions have clearly demonstrated what it means to live a life filled with humor. You seem to perpetually have a bright smile on your face, and the levity you bring to life is infectious. To Amalia Luthans, I'm grateful for your compassion. You have a generous and empathetic heart, and I see boundless grace in how you carry yourself. The way you interact with those around you is both uplifting and energizing. To Brandon Barton, I'm grateful that you absolutely understand the truth and the often stated but far less frequently applied platitude that hard work pays off. You push yourself to the limits in all you do, and Brandon, your labors and efforts do not go unnoticed. To Mary Stisher, I'm grateful that you choose to approach life with enthusiasm and fervor. Whether it is in the classroom, on the soccer field, in the pool, at a hip-hop dance club performance, your energy and zeal always shines through and simply radiates with passion. We're all better for it. To Lissandro Lara, I'm grateful for you because you have successfully accomplished your goal of being the first person in your family to earn your high school diploma. That is no small achievement, and the resolution, drive, and value you place is a powerful thing. To Mary Gillette, I'm grateful that you embody what it means to be team-oriented. Rather than focus solely on your own events at the recent track and field state championships, which could have maximized your chances to be an individual state champion, you jubilantly chose to compete in a multitude of events on shortened rest in order to bolster your team's overall standing. To me, your choice to have a team-first mentality is a superb reminder of the considerable value athletics can add to our lives in the first place. To our girls' tennis team, I'm grateful that you brought home a state title. Before this spring, our Niwot girls tennis team had not won a state championship since 2008, and every year since then, the same high school had been crowned champion. Rather than being intimidated by the illustrious aura of their opponent, our Lady Cougars embraced the challenge, trusted in their abilities and teammates, and at the end of the day, earned every bit of their position on top of the podium. To Kendrick Chung, I'm grateful that you have the maturity and foresight to recognize joy and happiness that can be found in helping others. Sometimes pouring ourselves into others is the best way to find where our own values lie, and I'm thankful that you have the desire to share your own talents, gifts, and wisdom with those around you. To Ashton Gradell, I'm grateful that you have demonstrated what it means to live a life with bliss and delight. On a daily basis, you make the deliberate choice to have a positive, cheerful, and uplifting demeanor, and I find myself being more grateful for the blessings I've been granted in my own life when I see the way in which you live yours. To Max Talon, I have a tremendous gratitude for the person you are. The way you exude self-discipline, accountability, and appreciation of those around you is phenomenal. Through your example, you inspire others to be the best they can be. To Tali Sosa, I'm grateful to see you succeed. You were faced with a significant mountain to climb this year, but you chose to rise above the hardships, to persevere through the obstacles, and more than anything, you chose to believe in yourself and find the joy that exists in life. To Ava Tusik, I'm grateful that you have the courage to chase your dreams. Your stark belief in yourself and your abilities will assuredly pave the road to your future with prosperity. You heard it here first. I want an autographed copy when you publish the next great American novel. To Saul Escarcega, I'm grateful for the character you show on a daily basis. In all the years I've spent teaching, you are the only student I have ever had who has made the conscious choice to shake my hand and thank me for my efforts to help equip you with a strong education after every single class period I ever had the good fortune to be able to work with you. Your sincere recognition that education is a conduit to success distinctly illustrates the profound respect and class you have. Finally, to Mackenzie Fidelic, I'm grateful to have been able to work with someone as talented, as humble as you. Despite your prodigious abilities athletically and academically, you carry yourself with a persona of kindness and compassion, and you treat all around you with extreme dignity. The fact that you have wholeheartedly embraced the position of respect and esteem you hold in the Niwot High School community and have used this platform as an opportunity to inspire younger students to find their own successes is fully astounding. Thinking back to the beautiful majesty of Colorado's mountains, it's true. If your goal is to climb Maroon Peak, there's simply no way around it. You're going to have to anguish up 2,800 vertical feet in 0.9 miles, but understand me when I say that even though it's hard, climbing this mountain doesn't have to suck. Whenever you're in the midst of a difficult challenge, dear graduates, it's okay to pause, catch your breath, and be purposeful in taking a moment to be appreciative of and grateful for the opportunities at hand. When you're partially up your own personal mountain, rather than devolving into a spiral of anguish and fatigue, fixating on how much of the climb you have left, choose to be proud of how far you have come and of all you've accomplished. Be mindful to take a moment to admire the crisp, clean air. Rejoice at the fact that you live in a place where such uniquely alluring opportunities exist. Pause to revel in the fact that your body is strong and capable. And take a moment to reflect upon and enjoy the priceless view that can only ever be experienced if you put in the effort to do hard things and to complete your climb with a sense of gratitude. Graduates, in a few short minutes, it will be your turn to stand and walk across this stage, and all eyes will be on you. Earning this diploma may be the equivalent of you summiting your own Mount Everest, or perhaps this moment on your educational journey can be more appropriately characterized as a pleasant trek up Mount Sanitas. Regardless, before you leave this stage, take a deep breath, look to the west toward the mountains and your supporters both. Feel the deep pride in your heart to know that this moment was in no way given to you. You have earned every ounce of your diploma, and since you'll officially be standing upon the summit of your high school experience, be darn sure that you enjoy the view. Class of 2018, congratulations. We're all so proud of you, and remember, today is a great day to be a Cougar.
Okay, we are nearing the moment where we are going to get the graduates up on stage, but before we do that, I would like to welcome up to the podium the member of our St. Vrain Valley School District Board of Education, Karen Ragland.
Those are tough acts to follow. It's an honor to be here today as the Board of Education Director, representing Niwot High School at one of the most exciting milestones in your lives. I want to thank the entire staff for your devotion to these students, the passion for your work, and your absolute dedication to the mission to educate each student in a safe learning environment so they may develop to their highest potential and become contributing citizens. They've arrived here today because of your great work. Thank you, families, for partnering with our schools and for your time, your taxes, your trust, and your unbelievable support of these students. You've made our schools strong and have given Colorado a very clear picture of what investment in our future generations look like. And students, thank you for making us so proud. May you always be curious, kind with your words and actions, and may education in all forms flourish in you forever. I'm sure you've gotten plenty of advice from adults lately, so with that, I hereby declare that these seniors of Niwot High School have met the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the St. Vrain Valley School District Board of Education. It gives me great pleasure to present this outstanding class of 2018, and we are now ready for the presentation of diplomas.
Nice job, that was perfect. Okay, we will take about a 5-minute break to change the stage around, so we'll take a break for about 5 minutes. So where do they...
I don't know. I'm just gonna wait. Are you one of the name readers?
Yes.
Awesome. Is it just you or all of them? It's the three of us. Okay. You guys did email a list over. I'm just trying to make sure I get the sequence correct with our photos. So I'm wondering if I should collect these cards. These just have literally how to say it, right? The phonetic.
That's, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you want us to like read the card and then give it to you?
If I had a box right here, would you be able to just put it face down in the box in
Yeah.
the order that you're reading it?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be so
Done.
great.
That's
Okay.
fine.
And I'll put some rubber bands here in case it gets out of hand or anything.
That's fine.
I don't think it will, but
Yeah.
fantastic. Thank you guys. And you're reading from here, right?
I don't know. Are we?
We don't know.
We don't
Okay.
know.
I guess
we
whole
think
different
so.
things. So.
We think so.
Okay.
It's on.
Done.
I'll put a chair right here and the box right here, so that way you're not.
Perfect.
Perfect. That's great. Thank you.
And then if you leave the rubber bands there, we'll just
Everywhere? I'll get more.
she's like, oh. Where do they come in at? Where do they come in at? Right here, you have all this time to...
Okay, so wait, what's happening?
What?
Thanks.
You guys both ready? Sure, we're ready. Are they coming up
Can you
here?
give us the procedure?
Yeah, can we know the... Hey. David.
Hi,
Honestly, like, it's not that hard to just tell us what's going on. The number of times I've been told to figure it out today is remarkable. I love to do it.
I'm a little too tight ready to not have
Yeah, just tell me.
That makes me a little crazy.
Just tell me.
Okay. Savannah, go ahead and get up. Bring your group around.
We sunglasses off too? We're everything.
I am.
Okay. We're like all formal.
I don't know where they're... I don't know how they do this.
Can you...
What,
so are they walking this way?
are they coming behind us?
They go this way. Do they go in front of the mic?
I think they come behind us.
They go behind us?
They go behind us. Honestly, I think it's easier if they...
Do you want them in front or behind us?
They can just come right here.
Right here,
Step back
and then-
so the mic's not picking us up. Just right here in front of Casey. Hand your card. Tell you how they want their name read, and they can just walk right in front to the stairs. Okay.
Okay.
So we're about ready?
Yep.
We're ready.
All right.
You want to go first?
Want me to go first? All right. You go first. I don't want to go first.
And then we'll just grab cards as we go.
Okay. Come on.
You're good. Right over here. I know. Okay, so you're going to walk right up that stage. Okay. All right.
Marvin Mauricio Navas.
Brian Gonzalez.
Livy Herring.
Haley Summer Herman.
Aria Elizabeth Carlston.
Chloe Caroline Southern.
Michelle Ho Tran.
Justin Michael Tripp.
Anna Weingartner.
Linnea Miriam Volnievich.
Tani Zhang.
Orion Moses Zona.
Oscar William Wells.
Cameron Irfan Elahi.
Hanley Daisy Yi.
Jenny Jaeyoung Chung.
Julia Christian Pence.
Lucas Sagais Adams.
Roberto Amaya Esparza.
Savannah Jane Anderson.
Elida Judith Angulo Torres.
Hayden Edward Arns.
Rosa.
Congratulations. Davin Rohan Bala.
Colton Ray Ballard.
Jack William Balsley.
John Luke Barber.
Cassandra Michelle Bear.
Tristan Anthony Bartko.
Brandon Alexander Barton.
Matthew Evan Bond.
Dylan Anthony Beal.
Samuel James Beaudry.
Zachary John Benton.
Divya Bhatt.
Alexander Abate Bourne.
Destiny Lee Bort.
Sarah Victoria Bovard.
Skylar James Bowman.
Maggie Carmen Lee Ju Brown.
Yesenia Isabel Bueno.
Madeline Alejandra Calderon.
Dylan Chesser Campbell.
Miles Joseph Cardenas.
Cameron Bernard Carlson. Clayton Charles Cooley.
Jeffrey Michael Cooley.
Aaron Corchado Rodriguez.
Nathan David Cordova Meeks.
Max Spencer Craven.
Francisco Javier Crespo. Maria Crespo Gonzalez.
Gladys Crespo Sigala.
Kenan Michael Cuba.
Luis Cuevas Gallardo.
Catherine Grace Kende.
Dylan Lee Davis.
Susan Caridad Tetar.
Soleil Ivana Delau.
Brian Benjamin Durr.
Simon Hugo Drews.
Eric Cedar Ekman.
Saúl Arián Escajega.
Dominic Justine Escueta.
Michaela Ann Faber.
Elise Evelyn Ferguson.
Victor Miguel Ferrer Cuellar.
Mackenzie Ann Fidelic.
Genevieve Winona Fry.
Ryan Dean Gamber.
Ali Garduno Gauna.
Oriana Giassi Shulkin.
Mary Rose Gillette.
Tyler James Goddard.
Colton Andrew Goldfarb.
Braden Francis Golan.
Litsi Itzel Gomez.
Benjamin Paul Goss. Nicholas Eric Grant.
Sophia Ava Marie Grant.
Alize Alicia Grimaldo.
Ashton Elizabeth Grudell.
Alice May Google.
Sophia May Google.
William Brendan Hale.
Jared Matthew Hanley.
Mariah Roxana Haynes.
Nathan Alexander Hemingway.
Riley John Herbst.
Alexander Joseph Herman.
Alexander William Herman.
Jake Schuyler Herman.
María Guadalupe Hernández Sierra.
Ismael Herrera.
Eddie Hugh.
Molly Victoria Hightower.
Samuel Ho.
Byron Holmes.
Leslie Marie Holt.
Michael Holubeck.
Nicholas Dale Hopkins.
Elizabeth Grace Hudson.
Siri Anna Wiedevold.
Nicholas Ryan Hyatt.
Caitlin Ann Hires.
Kalia Fernanda Ibarra Trujillo.
Yui Ishikawa.
Angel Jaime.
Anna Marie Matilda Jarvinen.
Elisa Sophie Johnson.
Kaylin Laird Johnson.
Jayla Mackenzie Johnson.
Blaze Matthew Kammerer.
Deshant Karki.
Quinn Addison Keene.
Casey Alexander Kellerman.
Emily Rose Kilcoyne.
Emma Michelle King Hurley.
Candace Rose Komlowski.
David Robert Kuhn.
Gabrielle K. Cotiaho.
Take your glasses off for the picture.
Oh, you're Taha Crarty.
Thomas Kacharski.
Mason James Kunkel.
Kenneth Allen Lang.
Lissandro Lara.
Denise Guadalupe Lara Hernandez.
Alaris Ying Tong La.
Peter Benjamin LeCavalier.
Cameron David Lee.
Jamie Renee Lee.
Peter Yejun Lee.
Alexandra Phoenix Lehman.
Erin Elizabeth Lennox.
James Lawrence Lerner.
Francisco Joel Leiva.
Lingya Lee.
Natalie Marita Lind.
Li Fan Lu.
Jacob Ivan Logan.
Sarah Long.
José Guadalupe López.
Brisa Lisette Luna Lamas.
Amalia Kamada Luthens.
Duan Thug Lu.
Abelardo Marufo.
Leo Marufo.
Sage Marie Martin.
Caleb James Martinez.
Edith Paola Martinez Esparza.
Melanie Noema Martinez Vasquez.
Grace Catherine Martinson.
Weston Timothy Matherly.
Isaiah Jean Mock.
Anna Louise McCarthy.
Johanna Morgan McDonald.
Lauren Claire McHugh.
Bridget Elizabeth Mead.
Danny Rose Michelson.
Gabrielle Elizabeth Miller.
Andres Montealegre.
Isaiah Montejano.
Diana Cristina Morales López.
Sabrina Moreno Madrid.
Drake Everett Morgan.
Daniel Thomas Morris.
Do you want the Xander or no? Your choice. It's your choice. Put in the Xander. A little thing there.
Madison Thomas Morris.
Avi Xander Moskoff.
Samantha Yasmin Munoz.
Kenevin Scott Murray.
Ethan Myers.
Emily Isabella Myers.
Sai Aryan Nagula.
Did you want him? You did. I thought so.
Congratulations. Sidon Thomas Nemeth.
Rebecca Ann Nedesheim.
Jewel Kung Tao Ung.
Nathaniel Kwan Min Nielsen.
Blake Suzanne Nordstrom Weiner.
Aaron O'Neill.
Benjamin Robert O'Rourke.
Arturo Olivas.
Zachary Dax Olkin.
Edith Ordaz Alvarado.
Adrian Allen Ortiz.
Bevan Kiera Osborne.
Maya Suwanakul Olstrom.
Christina Ott.
Devin Owenby.
Alondra Michelle Palomares Paramo.
Congratulations. Mackenzie Joe Pasma. Roxanne Nicole Pasma.
Dhruv Patel.
Claire Evelyn Pearson.
Catherine Elizabeth Pearson.
Jackson Philip Michael Penzel.
Luis Perez Rodriguez.
Brooke Avery Panetta. Victoria Evelyn Guerrero Portes.
David Swin Chu.
Jocelyn Quiros.
Juliet Edna Marcela Radke. Galilea Abigail Ramírez Medrano.
Nazari Denise Ramirez Tapia.
Stephanie Catherine Reitzig.
David Franco Reyes.
Liberty Shea Rickford.
Alfredo Rodriguez.
Jason Rodriguez Cruz.
Rebecca Elena Rodriguez.
I love you. Nikita Adrian Alfonso Roque.
Eric Javier Ruiz Galvan.
Nathaniel Ray Sago.
Anton Michael Sandoval.
Akash Saravanan.
Maya Leilani Schmidt.
Ryan Taylor Schmidt.
Anna Ray Schultz.
Aiden Keller Scott.
Jacqueline Senna.
Katie Rose Setter.
Victoria Suzanne Sexton.
Elizabeth Shan.
Julia Anna Sheeran.
Madison Kathleen Sheldon.
Claire Shen.
Sijen Shrestha.
Renee Cifuentes. Joanna Saray Silva Villagomez.
Noah Christian Simon.
Austin Caleb Skinner.
Zane Vincent Sniffen.
Taryn Rain Soden.
Sitlali Sosa.
Camila Inez Sosa.
Kristen Renee Stadler.
Tierney Anne Marie Stanoff.
Emma Grace Steiner.
Ethan McDonald Steiner.
Julia Renee Stevenson.
Shelby Lynn Stevens.
Mary Laura Stisher.
Sophie Hannah Rose Stortz.
Samantha Ann Street.
Ming Ming Sun.
Zachary James SWAT figure.
Trent James Tadwald.
Chase Alexander Talgani.
Augustine Rivera.
Taylor Ann Thulson.
Shane Ryan Timmerman.
Shuya Tomita.
Dulce Raquel Torres Solís.
Maxwell Alexander Towlin.
Catherine Erica Townsend.
Helen Elizabeth Tuck.
Joanna Augustine Turner.
Ava Catherine Tusek.
Araceli Uribe Morales.
Dulce Tania Valadez Romero.
Amy Abigail Vasquez.
Zach Thomas Verenkamp.
Hector Vela Quiñones.
Wilson Matthew Venrick.
Brian Villalobos Fraile.
Congratulations.
Luke Walker.
Diana Webster.
Curtis Robert Winson.
Jerry Abigail Wilcox.
Quinn David Williamson.
Alexander Paul Wright.
Patrick Shao.
Hanok Kadane Zememphis.
Phoenix Leah Jung.
Janet Zuniga.
Members of the class of 2018, I would like to invite you to stand at this time as an indication of your success.